Namaste to everyone. Welcome to our channel called as Pharmacy Vidya. Pharmacy Vidya name itself indicate this channel is going to deal with the pharmacy field. From this channel you will get an educational videos for pharmacy student which will helpful for them for enhancing their career and also the academics. There are different subjects in the pharmacy academy. We are going to deal step by step with all of them. From this video, we are going to start with the subject called as Human Anatomy and Physiology, that is HAP. From this subject HAP, we are starting with the chapter called as Blood. So, let's start with the chapter Blood. All of us knows that human body is made up of cells, tissues and organs. All this required nutrient material for working properly. Simultaneously, they also produces the waste product. Those waste products should be excreted from the body. Therefore, to transport the nutrient material and oxygen up to the cells and carry the waste material from those cells, tissues up to the excretory organ, one system is there which is working in our body. That system is called as circulatory system. This circulatory system consists of three parts. First is heart, second is blood vessels, and third one is blood itself. Heart pumps or ejects the blood into the blood vessel. That blood is carried up to the cells which contain nutrient material and oxygen, and also carry the waste material from the cells and tissue up to the excretory organ. In this way, the circulatory system works out. Now, next point is definition and composition of the blood. So, blood can be defined as this one. Blood is a fluid connective tissue which circulates in the body and consists of blood cells which are suspended or distributed into the intercellular fluid which is called as blood plasma. It is a very simple definition. The next point is composition of the blood. So, for study purpose, blood is divided into two parts. That is, first is blood plasma, second is blood cells. Blood plasma occupies 55% of total blood volume and blood cells occupies 45% of the total blood volume. So we are going to study their composition and function step by step. The next point comes related to blood, that is called as blood plasma. So we already discussed that blood plasma contains 55% of total blood volume and it consists or it is composed of these things. That is water 90 to 92%. After water there is plasma protein. After plasma protein there is inorganic salts, then nutrient material, waste material, hormones and gases. All these are the composition of the blood plasma. This blood plasma is a yellow color alkaline fluid and these contents are very important. Now these are the composition of the blood plasma. Then what are the functions of this blood plasma? Let's see. First of all, plasma protein. Protein present in the blood plasma called as plasma protein. So many proteins are present in our body. Out of them, we are going to study few. The first one is that albumin. Albumin plays very important role in case of maintenance of the osmotic pressure. Due to this maintenance of osmotic pressure, our blood vessel never empty. So albumin is a very important plasma protein. It also acts as a carrier molecule for lipids and few steroid hormones. After albumin, there is globulin. Immunoglobulin produced by the lymphocytes and these act as antibodies and protect our body from different infections. So it is a part of our immunity. It also transports some hormones and mineral salts. After globulin, there is a next plasma protein called as fibrinogen. This fibrinogen plays an important role in case of blood clotting. After this plasma protein, the next content is inorganic salts. There are so many inorganic salts present in our body like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, etc. They are essential for different work like in case of muscle contraction, also transport of nerve impulses from one neuron to the next neuron, also important for the acid-base balance. There are lots of function. After inorganic salt, the next content of blood plasma is nutrient material. our body get the energy from the food material. Our digestive system digests that food by converting complex food material into simple form like monosaccharide, amino acid, fatty acid and glycerol. So in this form our cells absorb them and for energy purpose they utilize it. After nutrient material, the next content of plasma, that is waste material. Waste material are produced by our cells and tissue like urea, uric acid, creatinine, etc. These are waste products produced by the protein metabolism. They are produced into the liver and sent for excretion to the kidney. After waste product, the next content is hormones. Our body contains different glands. Those glands produces the hormones. These hormones are what carried or transported by this blood plasma from their origin up to the target organ. After hormone, there is presence of gases. Oxygen, carbon dioxide or nitrogen are present in the blood plasma in the dissolved form. These gases are essential for the cells. In this way, we finish with the blood plasma. Now, the next part of blood is that blood cells. So for study purpose, we are going to deal with the blood cells in two parts, that is the composition of blood cells and the functions of those blood cells. First of all, as we discussed earlier, that the blood cells occupies 45% of total blood volume. The blood cells are three types. These are RBC, means red blood cells, also called as erythrocytes. Second, WBC, that is white blood cells, also called as leukocytes, and the third one is the platelet, also called as thrombocyte. The normal values of these cells are, first of all, normal RBC count. This count is in case of male and female. In case of male, 4.5 to 6.5 millions per cubic mm, and in case of female, this value is 4.5 to 5 million per cubic mm. Next, the WBC count. The normal WBC count is from 4000 to 10,000 per cubic mm. These values can be varies according to age, sex and different physiological conditions of the individual. Next point is function. First of all, RBC. RBC plays an important role in case of transport of oxygen from lungs to tissue and transport of CO2 from tissues to the lungs. The second point is that it also acts as a buffer by hemoglobin. The word comes buffer. As you studied in the chemistry, buffer means it is a system which resists the change in the pH. So it acts as a buffer with the help of hemoglobin. Next is RBC help in determination of the different blood groups. Next function is about the WBC. WBC acts as a soldier for our body because WBC protect our body from different infection by phagocytosis, destruction of bacteria and also development of the antibody. After WBC, the last point is platelet. Platelet plays an important role in case of clotting. Whenever there is an injury, due to an injury there will be bleeding. To stop that bleeding, clotting should be there. For this formation of clot, these platelets are very important. Later on, we are going to see these details. In this way, we have learned about the circulatory system, definition of the blood, its composition or components, also the functions of different compositions. So, see you soon with the next video of this chapter. Till time, have a nice time and have a happy learning. Namaste to everyone.